Yes, guys, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur with your boys Dave and Jack, bringing you your channel predictions. And interestingly enough, Tottenham have put out a statement that they're doing their usual end-of-season stuff against Burnley and maybe see it as technically their last game, a home game of the season. I wonder, is that a precursor of what they're going to do against Man City on Thursday, which is actually our last game of the season? Because it makes sense not to have a walk-along if we get beat by Man City after the game. So maybe a bit of precursor of what to come. So hopefully they're putting all their eggs in this basket to go and get some sort of European football, because Newcastle are 4 points behind us, so we have to take 3 points from this game and Sheffield United either side of the City game. So really important that we do get 3 points. But Jack, how are you, my man?
Very important. I'm doing okay, Dave. Looking forward to these creative predictions, and very important that we don't get embarrassed by somebody catching up to us in this fifth place position. So we got to get the win for that reason. But also, it'd be nice to get a win in between all of these drubbings and the upcoming drubbing that we know we'll be happy to take and we'll be glad to take in the efforts of hopefully seeing Man City lift that title instead of the other team that we don't want to mention on this creative predictions. But Dave, I am looking forward to this one. Maybe we'll get some big score lines again after what has been a dour and sort of, sad mood, amongst the Spurs fans, rightfully so, because we have been on the back of some hidings.
Look, it would be nice to see some positive score predictions for a change, Jack. It's been a tough 3 to 4 games, so it'd be nice to, see some positivity back around the Spurs fan base. And look, to start with, we do have Benji from We Are Tottenham TV. So let's get into it and let's hear what Ben has to say.
How's it going, Dave? How's it going, Jack? Ben from We Are Tottenham TV here to give my pre-match prediction for the Burnley game at home. And you know what? I haven't been coming into this game confident, and I don't think any games are given at the moment the way we're playing. But look, the sun is shining, the weather is sweet. I've got a bit of positivity about me, so I think we can get the job done. It is Burnley at home. It's a massive game for them. But I feel like it could be a bit edgy in the first half, maybe even go 1-0 down, get the equaliser, I think, before half-time. And I think as the game progresses and Burnley need to keep going for it to stay in the division, gaps will appear, and I think we will end up winning the game. So I'm going to go 3-1, 2 late goals for Spurs, and Spurs to finally get back to winning ways. We need 3 points. We need a pick-me-up for this fan base ahead of a very big summer this year. So I'm going 3-1 to Spurs. That's my prediction. Thanks for having me on today, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
3-1, Dave. That's a good place to start. Exactly what we wanted. Thank you, Benji. Big up to We Are Tottenham TV, and they have gone for a win here, Dave. And I imagine one of them will be at the game as well. So hopefully they do get to see a win, perhaps the last one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this season. I'm not sure if I could take going 1-0 down, though, Dave, on Burnley. I might end up, being more like you during the watch along if we go 1-0 down to Burnley in that case. But I'm still happy with the 3-1.
I mean, I fear if we give them anything to cling on to, especially going a goal behind, because they're fighting to survive. They have to win their last 2 games, and even then they're not guaranteed. But, even a draw isn't good enough for Burnley. They have to go for it. So I just hope that, we show up on the day and we don't give them anything to fight for. Hopefully we can actually go and sort of kill their belief earlier on, right? Go and score a nice early goal, and then it should actually retrospectively be an easy game, because I think Burnley's players, their confidence and their belief would sort of completely deteriorate. So for me, I hope we don't give them anything to play for, Benji. But look, I will take a 3-1, just hopefully in a more convincing manner is what I would say. But big up, Ben. Really appreciate the video, my man. But look, let's keep it moving. Let's get on to Shawnee from Spurs Talk Show, and hopefully he can continue the positivity train.
Yes, guys, Sean here from the Spurs Talk Show. I hope you're all well. This is my Burnley prediction. More at stake than I think a lot of people think, with United, Newcastle and Chelsea all capable of still overtaking us if they have perfect run-ins. With City likely to be a difficult day at the office, Tottenham need 3 points here. And the current run of form, no guarantee it's going to happen. What I would say is that Burnley, despite maybe making a couple of tweaks to their system and their style of play of late, generally speaking, will still play a certain style of football that should suit Tottenham. And despite them playing for their lives and they need 3 points to be able to have any hope of staying in the Premier League, I still think that Tottenham will be too strong for them on the day. I'm expecting goals in this one for both teams at both ends, as per usual in both halves. But I think Tottenham are going to do it. It's really important that Tottenham bring back Richarlison into the middle. I think Sonny will have a good day if we do get the space in behind. Looking for some key players to step up and have some better performances. Maddison, if he does play, really needs to put a good shift in against a team that he should be able to dominate in that 10 role. But if it's Lo Celso or whoever else, I just want to see a good performance, and it's really important we get the win to guarantee Europa League next season. I'm going to go with 3-1 Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs. Support this channel. I love you, boys. I'll see you on the next one.
Back-to-back 3-1s. Thank you, Shawnee and Ben, starting us off right. And Shawnee has continued it here from Spurs Talk Show. I think it's interesting that he seems to be in a similar boat with you about Maddison. You know, he didn't seem to be that enthused about Lo Celso. He's just looking for somebody to step up here, Dave. He's looking for somebody to help put in a convincing performance here. And I know Sean goes to plenty of the games as well. I mean, this is his last opportunity, if he is going to the game, I'm not sure, to see his Spurs win. Who do you think could be the hero?
Look, for me, Jack, I actually think the hero could be Richarlison. I think Sean alluded to it. I think he has to come into that number 9 role. I think he gives us that vocal point that Son doesn't. And I just think generally we've looked more better and more of a cohesive tree when he is down the middle. So I'd be looking at him, Sonny, obviously, and I think Romero, to a large degree, will step up as well. I think they're the 3 people that have stepped up through various stages this season to lead Tottenham at one point or another, and I expect them to be that 3 again. But look, he's right, you know, there is no excuse, and I want to see these players on the beach. We're being hunted down by teams below us, and quite frankly, it would be embarrassing if we were caught by Chelsea, United, or Newcastle. So 3 points is an absolute must. Big up, Shawnee, guys. Do get over and check out his great channel as well. Devil's advocate more so because I'm on it. But look, let's keep it moving. Let's get on to Sonny from Sonny Talk Spurs, who of course delivered this on his walk home from work. So hopefully he's in a good mood, Jack.
What's up, guys? It's Sonny from Sonny Talk Spurs in a glorious day walking home from Talksport Towers. You want my prediction ahead of Tottenham versus Burnley. 4 losses on the bounce, but you hope at home against Burnley, who could go down very soon, that we get a result. You know, beat them 5-2 in the reverse fixture when it was all more rosy at Tottenham, but we're in a different space now under Ange Postecoglou, hoping that the season comes to an end and we get the wins we need to at least secure Europa League. Burnley, I mean, we did play them in the FA Cup though, didn't we, at home, and struggled a little bit in that one, but I'm hoping this is the game to get back to winning ways. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Tottenham, and also big up the women's side going to the game on Sunday with TalkSport. Nice. So hopefully see a few of you there if you're going to go and support them. Lift a piece of silverware for Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Dave, more 3-1s. We're almost saying it into existence at this stage with these guys, you know, proclaiming that. But also, it's nice to hear that Sonny's going to go support our women in the FA Cup final against Manchester United. Like we've said before, they, as well as the under-21s, could be some of the only people that could be delivering trophies to us instead of the men's first team this season. So we're going to have to look on other, you know, parts of the Tottenham Hotspur club to deliver us some glory. But yeah, Dave, a 3-1, and Sonny's in a bright mood, looks like, coming back from Talksport Towers.
Well, I don't blame him, first of all. Look at that weather. I would say Sonny does need to stop in for an emergency ice cream to probably cool down. That is definitely on the agenda. But look, 3-1s, I'm wondering what the pessimism is about, Jack. You know, I'm expecting more. I expect us to beat Burnley by 5 or 6. You know, we score early, they're done for. You know, they have nothing left to fight for. So why is everyone being so pessimistic?
You think the 3-1's getting a little boring? You think it's a boring prediction, a 3-1?
Yeah, it's Burnley, man. We should be slapping these 4, 5, 6, you know. Look, we have a massive point to prove after the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle and Liverpool. We have a massive point to prove. We were expecting a hiding for some opposition team at some point in this season. I think this just might be the game.
Well, Ben, Son, Sean, quit being boring, guys. Start delivering some better score predictions for Dave here. Being too boring for him. With these 3-1s. Let's see if Lee can break it.
Hi guys, Lee the Dorset Spur back again with another prediction this week for Burnley against Tottenham, and yeah, so on paper should be the game that gets us back on track, but we all know football is not played on paper, it is played on grass. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, in my head, I'm thinking this should be the game where we start to show a bit of class and a bit of heart and a bit of fight to get us back on track. But we know that Burnley are going to come and they're going to try and spoil the party. We know how they're going to play. They're going to frustrate. They're going to be in a low block, and they are going to put us under pressure when it comes to set pieces, corners, free kicks, that kind of stuff. And we know that anything can happen in this game. Anyone can beat anybody. So I just hope that this week has taught the players that it really, really matters. They've got to work really, really hard and play the game how it's intended to play, and try to really enforce ourselves on this game and overrun them and really take it to them and get ourselves ahead. This is one of the games where we need the 3 points. We're going to need this one. We're going to need Sheffield United to guarantee that spot. And we all know what we're all thinking about for Man City. So I'll leave it there. Tough game, big ask, but I think we can do it. And I'm going to go with a 2-1 to Tottenham. Up the Spurs.
Whoa, it's a 2-1, Dave. Lee, he didn't go the opposite direction. I thought he would.
Look, he sounded like a man to me that's been beat up by the season and needs a holiday immediately. He's running through every scenario in his head.
He just came back from one. You're saying he needs another.
He does need another. I think what we're seeing there is, I think Lee is worried that Spursy might come into a play here, that the season could be done and he might fear of Burnley turning us over. Look, hopefully we can breathe a bit of life back into Lee's summer. We don't want him to be that unhappy heading into the summer, Jack. So hopefully we can get a big win for him.
Yeah, we need to give that man a big win, and then we'll get back to the I wouldn't say he's in the Dermatron category, but usually Lee does a good job of trying to find, some sort of angle, some sort of avenue to a win. But big up to Lee, the Dorset Spur, and hopefully the traveling South Dorset fans, Dave, they get their also last chance to hopefully see a big win this season for this beautiful football club. But we're going to move on over to Holly's Hotspurs. She only has so many chances left to provide us Ledley King prediction. Maybe she'll do it this time, or she's maybe saving it for the Man City game. Perhaps he's going to give us a big one there. Let's see what she has to say.
Hello, this is me, Holly from the Holly's Hotspurs. Thank you to the Irish Hotspur for having me back on. Sorry I've missed the last few, but it's probably for the best because I probably would have jinxed us even more. But I'm back for Burnley. How do I see this one going down? It has to be a win. I think after every rough game we've had in the last couple of weeks, I've always said the next one got to be a bounce back. That hasn't really come. Apart from this week, it's going to happen. I feel it. Against Burnley, obviously we know at the start of the season company plays slightly differently to how they're playing now, which means we need to be on their A game. We know that they're fighting for stuff. We're not necessarily doing that, but we have to get a win at home, especially the way that we've lost obviously these London derbies in recent weeks. It has to be done. I want to see Richarlison start from the off, be that outlet up top. I want to see Sonny on the wide where he's best suited at the moment and go from there. Play to our strengths and actually have a shot. I don't want to see us concede from set pieces or bloody corners, so I'm hoping that's kind of fixed from now on in, but it's going to be a good game. I think we're still going to concede. I'm going to go 2-1. It's going to be a win nonetheless. Big up the boys, and obviously on Sunday as well, hopefully we can bring home a trophy. Come on, Spurs!
2-1. Back-to-back again with these predictions, Dave. We're not getting a lot of variation, a lot of patterns here with them. I like how what she was saying about Richarlison and Sonny, set pieces. She's basically speaking our language, really. I think that's why a lot of people do love Holly, and I agreed with absolutely everything with how she wants Spurs to improve, how she wants Spurs to set up. What did you take from it? 2-1, though. It sounded like she was going to, maybe she sounded frustrated, but she also sounded optimistic, but she sounded frustrated, I think, with recent Spurs performances.
I thought she was
maybe hence the 2-1.
I thought she was going to deliver me a 4 or 5-0 there. She seemed really excited for this game. But look, one thing I think she's spot on is we need to see some fight between now and the end of the season. We've took 4 big hammerings, one after another. Now is a true test of their character, of the hunger, of the desire, and the ambition of the squad. And I think she's absolutely spot on there. Us fans, regardless of what the players think, us fans want a response. We want a reaction. And hopefully they deliver, Holly. So I absolutely agree. And like she said, best of luck to the women on Sunday as well. And also, let's not forget the under-21s are in action Sunday evening at 7 as well in the quarterfinals in the hunt for the league. So big optimism for them, Jack, and hopefully they can deliver. Hopefully it can be a good weekend all around. The men's senior team deliver Burnley a thrashing, the women's team win, and the under-21s. It could be a good weekend for us. But look, here to ruin our weekend is my worst nightmare, Jack. Your guilty pleasure. I don't know. It could be the other way around this week. Let's hear what you have to say.
Come on, box office, deliver the entertainment for us.
It's your boy, Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV. Back with my prediction for the Burnley game on Saturday afternoon. And my prediction is a 2-1 victory for Tottenham Hotspur. The reason for that is quite simple. We should be beating Burnley. With the 10 minutes that we'll have in the game, we'll have lots of possession and have some chances by getting back maybe 1-0 down or making it 2-0. I think we've got enough to beat Burnley. What we should do, and that's it. And that's all I can need to say, and that's it. In the season, I just need to end. We move on to next season, and we'll see whether this board will stick with Postecoglou when fans say Ange out. And then we'll see, and that's it. And that's coming from your boy, Mr. Box Office, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, the ratings killer, Jack's guilty pleasure, and Davy's nightmare. And if you don't know, get to know.
He brought back the if you don't know, get to know. Unless maybe I'm forgetting, all the amazing, sound offs that he does towards the end there, all the amazing, catchphrases. But my guilty pleasure, Dave, he went with a 2-1 as well. Not any different from the last two. It seems like, again, we're getting similar score predictions. Everybody's expecting us to concede. Box office here, he seems also pretty done with the season. What did you make of his?
Look, first of all, fair play to him for the entertainment value. It definitely puts a smile on my face. Look, he's right. We should be beating Burnley. There's no excuses. If we don't pick up three points tomorrow, there's absolutely zero excuses for it. I would say I did expect Alex to place a heavier demand on Tottenham. I was expecting, 3 or 4-0. I was expecting him to say, I want to see a reaction and all that sort of stuff. So I'd argue maybe he's being a bit lenient on Tottenham Hotspur, and I'd question why. But also, let's not forget, I was watching Alex's content there the other night, and he was giving people dating advice. So he's probably going to set up a dating service as well to go along with Mr. Box Office Entertainment. So big up, Alex. Really appreciate the video. Let's move on to Marlon. Let's hear what he has to say from Spurs King TV. Hopefully, he's on the wrong side of the prediction, especially if it's not a big win, Jack.
This is the time when we're sort of victims of Marlon's will here, because I do get scared with what he predicts. He kind of has that sort of mystic vibe, Dave, with his predictions, because he has been very correct. He has been the one who also as well been keeping track of his his predictions. So we know he does give a lot of thought to them. Big up to Marlon. Big up to Spurs Kings TV.
Dave, Jack, hope you are well. It's my prediction for Burnley. You missed my prediction for Liverpool. I'm going to say I got it spot on, but I did predict we'd score too. It's obviously been a crap week. There was a lot of people I saw in the comments that, quite a few siding with me. Some going, if Marlon and all that's given up on the season, then why should we give him predictions? Well, I can't be fake positive, unfortunately. I can't be positive about this team at the moment. But let's see. Are they playing for the manager or not? Let's wait and see. So for Burnley this week, I'm like, look, let's be honest. My heart says they're going to kill it. They're going to absolutely get beat by Burnley, not turn up. But my head says it's Burnley. It just depends on Vincent Kompany for me. It actually doesn't depend on Spurs. It depends on Vincent Kompany and what tactics he wants to bring. If he does anything like he did at Turf Moor, we'll destroy them. A bit like how Forest kind of set up and then kind of lost their way. But I think that, look, they need to win. They need to win. If they don't win, they're gone. So I'm going to go with my head and say that we'll win. And I think it's going to be 2-1. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1. I'm not even too sure. It's just one of them situations because they need the points and they need to survive. But I think, look, we should be strong enough for Burnley. If we're not, oh, God help us. But yeah, that's my prediction this week. Jack, Dave, it's been an absolute pleasure giving you all these. Obviously, we've got one more left, probably Sheffield United, because you won't have time to do Man City. But yeah, no, thank you all. And please make sure everyone, please like and subscribe. These have been brilliant. But thanks.
Big up to Marlon. That's a great prediction there. And I feel like that was one that a lot of Spurs fans might have agreed with, Dave, that, they're not very confident about the team, but they're also feeling like Spurs, it's Burnley. Please just get the job done. It's not going to be pretty, but they should get the job done. So he's gone for the 2-1. It's not any different from the last score predictions we've heard, which is amazing. Have the 2-1s overtaken the 3-1s?
Yeah, I think 2-1's winning right now. Look, first of all, it's our pleasure, Marlon. Thank you very much for sending over the videos, and send one in for Man City. We will have time. In fact, that should be entertaining to see what people have to say. That's the one I'm actually looking forward to be brutally honest. But look, I just hope this team can breathe a bit of confidence into Marlon. He clearly needs it. You know, every week he sort of... Look, he's being realistic, you know, and people clapping back at him in the comments, and I'm glad he addressed that and clapped back, so fair play to you, Marlon. But hopefully we can get that big win and, you know, put a smile on Marlon's face. He deserves it, and thank you very much for all the videos, my man.
Yeah, and he's a great guy, as well as Ash Maddock and so many over there on Spurs Kings TV.
One thing he did say as well, Jacko, is that... you know, it'd be a good indication whether these players are playing for Ange Postecoglou or not. And I think we'll get a good indication who's for the manager, who's not out of this game. So another good point there by Marlon.
Very good point. Very good point. And I'm glad that you brought that up as well. Let's keep it moving, though. We're going to go on over to El Tel Cockerel. Jose, see what he has to say.
Good evening, Dave, Jack, and all the people at the Irish Hotspur. This is Jose from El Tel Cockerel giving you my prediction for the game coming Saturday, Tottenham versus Burnley. These games come thick and fast. Glad we're nearly at the end of the season. It is what it is. We've lost 4 games on the bounce, so therefore my prediction's an easy one. I predict a win for this time round. I predict Tottenham will score. How many have we lost on the bounce? And I predict that Burnley will score the amount of points that they got from their last game. So, yeah, in essence, I'm predicting Tottenham to turn it around, get back to winning ways. I think the game will be an open one because Burnley are fighting relegation. They have to come and beat us on Saturday in order to have any fighting chance of staying up. Lose against us on Saturday, which they will, they are going to get relegated. So it'll be an open game. They'll come at us, which will open up the game for us even nicer. And I'm going to go for a Tottenham 4-0 victory. Keep supporting the channel. Cheers. Bye.
The 4-0, Dave. He's the one man who has given us a clean sheet. I mean, that's a big score line. I hope to see it. But everyone else is expecting Spurs to concede, and probably with good reason.
Look, that score prediction was like a Sudoku puzzle, Jack. You know, I had to rewind back how many defeats we took on the bounce. I had to try and calculate how many points Burnley picked up in their last game. I got there in the end. I did tell it was going to be a 4-0, so I'm glad that, I solved that Sudoku puzzle. But big up, Jose, and hopefully we can get that. I'm of the same thinking. I'm expecting a big win, a big reaction here, and hopefully we see that. So, appreciate that, Jose. El Tel Cockerel. Thank you very much, my man. And look, last but not least, now I don't know what we're going to get from him because he's not very well this week, the poor mite, but look, we'll give it a chance. Hopefully it's delusions of grandeur. Hopefully he's back to the full Dermatron. Let's wait and see what you have to say.
Hi, this is Dermot, aka Dermatron from THFC Till I Die, home of Tottenham past, present and exciting future. This is my match day prediction for Tottenham Hotspur against Burnley in the Premier League 23-24 season. Look, 4 defeats in the bounce ain't good for no one. It is what it is. It's sad, it demoralises you, it upsets us. You're down, you don't want to know. Other fans are starting to have a go at you, and even Aston Villa fans that have the nerve to say we're bigger than you, well, they can piss off. They won't be there next season. But look, all we can do is back Ange. That's all we can do is back Ange. The players have to buck up their ideas. Johnson, you let me down, man. I'm backing you all the way, but you've let me down badly in the last couple of games. I think the only 2 players come out with any credit is Romero and Van der Ven for me. They're the only 2. But look, guys, I'm ever optimistic. Don't call me delusional Dermatron for nothing. I'm going for a 4-0 win. Spurs to bounce back. In the mighty Ange we trust. Come on, you Spurs.
Speak up to Dermatron and THFC Till I Die, everybody. Please, everybody, do 2 things. In the comments, wish Dermatron well, because like Dave said, he's not feeling too well. And do check out THFC Till I Die. Lovely man. And we have really been entertained by his predictions, I think, this season. And so I do really appreciate that Dermatron still has made the effort to give us one this time around. And I agreed with a lot of what he had to say. And, you know, Dave, you don't want to let down any Spurs fan, but if there's any Spurs fan you don't want to let down, it's Dermotron. I mean, the guy who probably backs everybody to the hill. He's one of the most optimistic, positive, till he basically has to face, all of the music. He's one of those guys that I think if you get him down in the dumps about you, you really must be playing bad. So Brendan Johnson does have to turn it around for his biggest fan, Dermotron.
Look, hopefully Johnson can turn up, It'd be a nice sort of get well soon present for Dermo if Johnson could put one in. However, I would say I wouldn't clutch on to that Dermo. He's been very far away from it the last few weeks. But it is good to see that Dermot has been back on the sugar. 4-0 prediction. I absolutely love that, Dermotron. So really appreciate that. And hopefully we can deliver for you, my man. But you know what? You have entertained me a hell of a lot over this season in terms of the predictions. So again, I want to say thank you very much for that. I've really enjoyed them. And look, we've got a big one to come for the Man City, so I look forward to hearing yours. It's probably going to be so delusional, but the other way. So I can't wait to see how he works and figures that one out. So I appreciate that, Dermotron. But look, that brings us to the end of this. Please make sure you get across, check out all of these wonderful channel content creators' channels. Check out their content, smash or subscribe over there. But look, most importantly, coming towards the end of the season, we get a little bit soppy around here. You want to play your part in that, get in there and thank all these guys for their predictions and their work and effort. Because believe me, I've been hounding these guys during work, during shopping trips, holidays and everything else for these videos. So make sure you get in there and say a massive thank you to them. And last thing I'm going to say is, look, not a lot of expectation on fans heading into this, weirdly enough. We expect Tottenham to win, but we're not confident about it. I hope that Tottenham can rock up and give us something to look forward to heading into next season. Let's rock up 4-5-0, spank them back down, little man them, get back down to the Premiership, Vincent Kompany, bon voyage, and hopefully that happens, Jack. I want a good weekend this weekend. We've got 3 things to play for. Europa League, the women winning the FA Cup, and then the under-21s getting through the next round. Hopefully that happens.
Yeah, we've been given a few spankings. It would be nice to give one to somebody else this time around and sort of pass it on, to another team. And Burnley seemed like the one that are a great candidate for it. If anybody wants to know my score prediction, cheeky plug, become a member. Check out our members video because Dave and I did go a little bit delusional there and, tried to make sense of the lineup and that sort of stuff. And, whether there is, good opportunity here to give us maybe something to cling on to at these last stages of the season. Yeah. But yeah, everybody, I think we'll leave you there. Come on, you Spurs. In the big Ange we trust. Please, everybody, get in the comments to thank all the creators. Smash the like button for Dave as well for putting all the hard work into editing these together. And we'll be seeing you.
Come on, you Spurs.